A quiet man in a world of blood. In the age of the samurai, power belonged to those who could seize it with steel. The land was fractured, war raged for generations, every daimyo, every clan, every warrior dreamt of uniting Japan. But all of them bathed in blood to try. And in the shadows, one man watched. He didn't charge into battle, he didn't seek glory, he waited, he plotted, he survived. That man was Tokugawa Ieyasu, and this is how a boy born into captivity became the most powerful man in Japan and ruled an empire from behind the throne for over 250 years. Born a hostage. Ieyasu wasn't born with a throne beneath him. He was born in 1543 into a minor branch of the Matsudaira clan in Mikawa province. His family was important but not powerful. They were pawns. At the age of 6, he was taken as a political hostage, first by the Oda clan, then by the Imagawa. He wasn't treated cruelly, but he was never free. While other boys learned swordplay and command, Ieyasu learned restraint. He watched how lords negotiated, how alliances shifted, how warlords betrayed one another. Every day he lived was a lesson in survival. He didn't grow up as a conqueror. He grew up as a student of power. Rise through shadows. At 19, the tides shifted. The Imagawa clan, once his captors were destroyed at the Battle of Okehazama by a rising star, Oda Nobunaga. Now free, Ieyasu had a choice: vanish into obscurity or align with a future titan. He chose wisely. He became Oda's ally, but not his subordinate. While Nobunaga rampaged across Japan, seizing castles and burning temples, Ieyasu solidified his own power base quietly. He conquered the Tokugawa name and rebuilt his clan, forging a reputation for discipline, order, and patience. He didn't fight for fame. He fought for position. And when Nobunaga was assassinated by one of his own generals, Akechi Mitsuhide, it was Ieyasu who moved like a ghost through enemy territory to escape and regroup. He didn't panic, he adapted. Because Ieyasu knew this was only the beginning. The balancing game. After Nobunaga's death, chaos exploded. Enter Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a brilliant general and commoner who avenged Nobunaga and seized power. He was ruthless, unpredictable, and deeply charismatic. Ieyasu could have challenged him, but he didn't. He signed a peace treaty, married off relatives, played loyal vassal, but in secret, he built armies, fortified castles, strengthened alliances. He smiled and sharpened his blade. For over a decade, Ieyasu sat beside Hideyoshi, pretending to be a friend while preparing to be a king. When Hideyoshi finally died in 1598, he left behind a child heir and a council of regents. Guess who was one of them? Tokugawa Ieyasu. The trap was almost set. The waiting war. Ieyasu knew better than to strike fast. He watched as other regents fought among themselves. He bribed some, threatened others, absorbed their allies. When his enemies tried to corner him, he pretended to back down, only to strike when they least expected it. His patience paid off. By 1600, all of Japan was split in two: those who supported the Toyotomi heir, and those who backed Tokugawa Ieyasu. The battlefield would be Sekigahara, the most decisive clash in Japanese history. Ieyasu's forces were outnumbered, but his web of manipulation was too deep. On the battlefield, entire armies switched sides mid-fight. Friends of the Toyotomi stabbed them in the back for Tokugawa gold. When the dust cleared, Ieyasu stood victorious. He didn't just win a war, he ended an era. The emperor without a throne. In 1603, the emperor officially named him shogun, military ruler of all Japan. But here's the twist. Ieyasu retired just 2 years later. He gave the title to his son. Why? Because Tokugawa Ieyasu never wanted the spotlight. He wanted control. Behind the curtain, he orchestrated everything. He dictated policy, decided marriages, assigned domains, erased opposition. He created a system so airtight that no lord could rise without his permission. The Tokugawa Shogunate was born, and it would last for over 250 years. But its founder ruled from behind the curtain the entire time. A puppeteer with a fan instead of a sword. Death of a mastermind. Ieyasu died in 1616 at the age of 73. A stunning age for a man who lived through so many betrayals, wars, and assassinations. He was enshrined as a god at Nikko Toshogu, his mausoleum surrounded by golden architecture and sacred forests. Even in death, he sent a message: "I will watch you forever." And he did. His laws, systems, and strategies lived on through generations of shoguns, all Tokugawa by blood or by fear. His dream was never glory, it was legacy, and he achieved it more thoroughly than any warlord before him. The power of patience. Most samurai fought with swords. Ieyasu fought with silence. He didn't charge forward. He waited for enemies to destroy each other. He didn't seek fame. He let others burn for it. While others wrote their names in fire, he carved his name into history. Tokugawa Ieyasu, the shogun who ruled from the shadows. He didn't conquer Japan by force. He outlived it.